Hey everybody, before the show starts, log on to musicmoneymakeover.com/shop to download all my books and free guides. And while you're there, make sure you click on the Book a Call tab to book a call with me to get all your questions answered and your problem solved. Enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham, and on this episode, we're talking about how in the world can you start a record company with a $600 stimulus check. You might say, Casey, that's impossible. There's no way you can start a record company with $600. Get out of here with that. But I'm going to tell you how. But before we do that, we got to jump into copyright and talk about it for about 60 seconds. So bear with me. This will be in every video in 2021 so that you understand what copyright is and the gist of how it works. So check it out. What is copyright? The sole right which an author has in his own original literary compositions. The exclusive right of an author to print, publish, and vend his own literary works for his own benefit. All right? Now, there are two rights of copy, and the music industry operates and revolves around these two copyrights, always and forever. The sound recording copyright and the performing arts copyright. Now, in sound recordings, as in records or records, the audio recording file, WAV, MP3, AIFF, of the composition and or song, that's what it is, it's the recording. But then on the performing arts side, that's our lyric, our melody, our arrangement. That's what we call the publishing. Performing arts, as in the composition, the sheet music, the MIDI files, the MIDI arrangements, publishing, or song to be performed. And with those two copyrights come 6 rights of copyright. And these are to be exercised to the fullest extent of the U.S. Constitution under Title 17. And that's the right to reproduce the copyright, the right to prepare derivative works, the right to distribute that copyright, the right to public performance, the right to public display, and the right to digital performance. Now that you understand this copyright thing, all right, or the gist of it, the Cliff Notes, I don't even know if Cliff Notes still exist anymore. Let's talk about starting a company, all right? We got to start a record company. What's the first thing we're going to do? We're going to get an LLC formed in your state. Check it out. Start an LLC. On average, an LLC costs $130 to start in the United States. Boom. That's it. Get your company going, okay? Don't sit around here saying that you're a record company and you don't even have an LLC. I can't even trust that. I can't even look you up, all right? But we got to protect people who want to look people up like me. So check it out. Grab a suite address. On average, a suite address costs $10 to $13 a month to start in the United States. You'll need one of these to keep your business address private, all right? Or home address for that. That's what you're trying to keep private. Eventually, you'll want to pay for a registered agent to keep your name off the books, but this is a great place to start. I recommend doing this. The reason why is for anonymity and it's for privacy. You don't want people to know, exactly where you're practicing business. And in your case, you might not even have an office yet, so you don't want to use your home address just in case something goes wrong. You don't want people showing up there, all right? So as Biggie said, never sell no crack where you rest at. I don't care if they want an ounce, tell them bounce. All right, so don't do that. Get you a registered agent or get you a suite address at least. So check it out. Let's keep rolling here. Get a DistroKid account. Now, by means, I don't even have an affiliate link, but this is just off the love of DistroKid. They are the best across the board. I'm not saying they are the best ever, but across the board, they are the best. So grab the label account for $80 a year. You'll need it for distribution, and you'll always need good data. And that's the one thing that they have, all right? They have the best accounting available. And I'll always talk about their split accounting mechanism thing they got going on. So if you got to pay somebody royalties, you can pay them out from your DistroKid account. And no matter if something goes awry in your relationship, you can always keep the money flowing to them and you won't have to worry about anything there. All right, so let us keep rolling. Now, what are we going to do next? We're going to sign a low-cost act. With the remaining $377, we're going to purchase 3 bomb-ass records and flip them joints. All right, this is where we're going to get them from. We're going to either get some records from a bedroom producer. I'm saying sign a bedroom producer and market their songs to alternative markets and for micro sync and television and film synchronization. And then we might grab an instrumentalist Sign a budding instrumentalist and market their songs to alternative markets for synchronization. Okay? You gotta understand that. Like, I'm gonna pause for a second. We're gonna come back to the ghostwriter. What I mean by these alternative markets are, you've got, I'll just give you two. You got retail, okay? Retail music. Those are called in-store audio networks. That's a lot of game right there in one sentence. Take it or leave it. Then you got microsync, like Pond 5, Audio Jungle, okay? And then you got standard television and synchronization. The reason why we're in the business-to-business market, as I'll get into later, is because you can't afford to sign an act and promote it on the level it needs to be at. So you got to start small, okay? That's what we're doing. I'm not trying to give you some idea that you can just be some record company bigwig with $600. $600 ain't even enough to pay for, a day of studio time in some places. All right, anyway, back to the slide. Maybe sign a ghostwriter. Purchase completed songs from a songwriter that wants to put music anywhere but the mainstream. All right, we're going to use our same behind-the-scenes methods to market those fully written and recorded songs. All right? Somebody's going to take $377. You're going to have to work with people and bargain with people. But that's what you are, as a record company. You got to do that. Now, you want completed songs only. Only purchase from their completed catalog so you don't have to pay additional recording costs. That's a big thing. Paying for additional costs. You might have to pay an additional fee for mastering, but if you're going to do that, I recommend you use something online and not a mastering house because we only have $600, all right? Or you might come out of pocket an extra $50 just to get the songs mastered, make them sound decent. But only pay for completed records. Do not buy anything that is incomplete or may take additional production. That's not what you're here for. We only got $600 to spend. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. You got to exploit your 6 rights to copy. All right, just like I said in the beginning, we got to do this. You're going to know this as a record company owner or publisher. You're going to know these 6 rights because if you don't, you are bound to get screwed somewhere just by not knowing. Anyway, you got the rights to reproduce, the derivatives, the rights to distribute, the rights to public performance, the right to public display, and the right to digital performance. All right, and the key thing that you got to do in this situation is you got to license. I'm going back to the same thing that I said just a minute ago with those 3 people that you might sign or the records that you might get from them. All right, and that's microsync, that's television and film, that's retail licensing and mood music. And I'm going to go on a limb, I'm going to say playlisting because as a record company, you are going to distribute this record. Now, it's going to be an underground record, but there are plenty of playlists that you can get the song on if you do your work to get some spins going, to get some numbers on the record so it looks good. All right, I think that for an independent artist, your key number is around 10,000 plays on Spotify. So you have some type of story about it. You're not, as a smaller record company, you're not looking for hundreds of thousands of plays, even though that's a plus. You want to have something on the books so that when you start marketing to your sync licensors, it looks like there's something good going on. And there is. You're building something that's going to be a great record company someday. All right, but we're flipping copyrights. Okay, that's what we're doing right here. We're selling these joints. Check it out. Focus on your company. Exposure of your company is key more so than the artist because all of your transactions are business to business. Business to business transactions. All right? That's what B2B is. That's what you're doing. You're selling the song, not to fans, but you're selling the song to other businesses as a record company. Okay? So let's give you some game. The type of record company you are is a library record company. Okay? So that's what you're doing here. That's the type of record company that I have designed for you to operate with a $600 budget. It's practically the only record company you can operate with a $600 budget. But you can make some bank. If you get in the books, you study, you learn about it, you flip the copyrights, you find the right people, it can be done. Okay? I can't give you all the sauce, but I'm going to give you enough of it so that you can make your own sauce. Get what I'm saying? So don't forget the contract. Draw up a napkin agreement for the ownership transfer. It means all rights to the master recording. That's what you're getting. And consideration, which is the $377, you don't need anything fancy, and hell, an invoice will do. All you need is an invoice that says, this person transfers all of the copyrights now and forever in perpetuity to this person for $377. That's it. They can keep all their publishing. That's all you need. That's a transference of rights. That's it. All right. You don't need a fancy contract. Oh, I want to pay you this. No. We came in to buy the thing. All right. You might get fancy and say, you know, I may pay you a royalty, but we ain't in with the library record company. All right, cool. Give them a royalty. All right. Give them a royalty of like 10% after you make your $377 back. You know what I mean? Give them 10% or whatever like that. But we really in business to buy these records. All right. Because we're trying to flip them. We're coming off the ground with $600. That's what it is. Anyway, so get to work. That's what you got to do right now. You got to get to work. Flip the copyrights, get on the phone, get on the emails, and don't be scared. Somebody is going to pick up. All right? For every 100 emails and or phone calls that go out, you're bound to get 10 of them back. Straight up. So get to calling and get to emailing. You're going to get more no's than yeses, but the yeses are going to be greater than the no's. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Peace. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the show. Make sure you log on to musicmoneymakeover.com/shop to download all my books and free guides. And while you're there, click on the Book a Call tab to book a call with me to get all your questions answered and problems solved. I'll see you all soon.